Nelson Mandela was a South African political leader and anti-apartheid activist. He became the first black head of state of South Africa and the first to be elected in a fully representative democratic election. Mandela's life spanned much of the 20th century and the early years of the 21st, a period marked by intense struggle against racial segregation and the pursuit of equal rights. Nelson Mandela was born on 18 July 1918 in the village of Mveso in South Africa. He belonged to the Thembu royal family and grew up within the Xhosa-speaking community. During his youth, his father, a local chief, died, and Mandela was later raised by a regent of his community. Mandela attended mission schools and completed his secondary education before enrolling at the South African Native College, later known as the University of Fort Hare. He went on to study law at the University of the Witwatersrand, preparing for a professional career as a lawyer. During his early career in Johannesburg, Mandela became increasingly involved in political activism. In 1943, he joined the African National Congress, a political organization working to end racial discrimination. The following year, he helped co-found the Youth League within that organization and took on leadership roles. He married his first wife, Evelyn Ntoko Mase, around this time, and the couple later had children. Throughout the 1950s, Mandela's political activities expanded. He worked with fellow leaders to organize campaigns against discriminatory laws and became a prominent figure in the struggle for equal rights. In 1952, he and Oliver Tambo established a legal practice in Johannesburg, providing support to people affected by apartheid legislation. Mandela participated in drafting a charter outlining a vision for a non-racial South Africa and became subject to government restrictions and legal challenges. In the early 1960s, after the banning of the ANC and a massacre of unarmed protesters, Mandela helped form a military wing to oppose the state's policies. He went underground and traveled abroad for training before being arrested in 1962. Mandela was convicted and sentenced to prison for his political activities. Mandela spent many years in incarceration. For a significant portion of this period, he was held on Robben Island off the coast of Cape Town in conditions that drew international attention. Later, he was moved to other prisons, including Pollsmoor and Victor Verster. During his imprisonment, Mandela became a global symbol of resistance to racial segregation. Pressure from within South Africa and abroad grew on the government to change its policies. In 1990, F.W. de Klerk, then president of South Africa, announced Mandela's release after 27 years in prison. Following his release, Mandela engaged in negotiations to dismantle apartheid. These discussions ultimately led to the first multiracial general election in South Africa's history in 1994. The African National Congress won the election, and Mandela was sworn in as president. As president, Mandela's administration worked to end the legacy of apartheid. His government focused on fostering reconciliation among South Africa's diverse population and building a democratic society. A new constitution was adopted, and commissions were established to address past abuses of human rights. During his term, Mandela also pursued economic and social reforms. While maintaining certain existing economic frameworks, his leadership sought to reduce poverty, expand access to health care, and promote land reform. In addition, Mandela represented South Africa in international affairs, including participation in efforts to address global issues and diplomatic concerns. In 1993, Mandela and de Klerk were jointly awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for their roles in the peaceful transition from apartheid. By 1999, Mandela chose not to seek a second term and stepped down from the presidency. In his later years, Mandela continued to engage in public life through philanthropic and social initiatives. He supported efforts to combat poverty and address health challenges, including HIV/AIDS, through the establishment of a foundation carrying his name. Mandela's health declined in the early 2010s. He died on December 5, 2013, at the age of 95 in Johannesburg. Mandela's long struggle against racial segregation and his role in establishing a democratic South Africa have made him a widely recognized historical figure. He is often referred to by his clan name, reflecting respect within South Africa and abroad, and has been honored with numerous awards and recognitions. Today, Mandela's legacy continues to be commemorated in various ways, including international days of observance that reflect his commitment to freedom, justice, and service to humanity. In reflecting on his life, Nelson Mandela remains a subject of study and remembrance for his contributions to political change and the pursuit of human rights.